Welcome to Paul Prada Photography on a Journey. Great stuff happening here in San Bernardino. Tomorrow is the 100th year anniversary of the Santa Fe Depot, the historic Santa Fe Depot. Come on out and check out the museum. This is great stuff. It's happening from 10 to 3. The museum will be open. There'll be tours of 2 engines. We're going to go take a look right now of a couple of engines and see what it's all about. And we're going to interview the curator and the vice president to find out what's going on at tomorrow's event.
Hi, my name's Alan Bone. I'm one of the directors of the San Bernardino History and Railroad Museum. And tomorrow we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Santa Fe Depot in San Bernardino. The event will include, we have some speakers talking about the history of San Bernardino. We'll have displays in the lobby. We'll have a model railroad inside the museum. And we have 2 BNSF engines that the visitors can tour through. And the event will start at 9:30, between 9 and 9:30, and end about 3 o'clock. So if you come out, you can view the museum, tour the main lobby of the depot, and get to walk through some of or get to tour the Santa Fe engines, the real engines that are brought out here. Well, because of Cajon Pass, Santa Fe Railroad constructed this large depot here and the largest erecting shops west of Topeka. Why was it what value of San Bernardino? It was one of the engines that generated jobs and revenue for the city. There are a lot of peripheral businesses that supplied Santa Fe around here, and at their peak, the over 2,000 employees called this place home. Santa Fe was also involved with the citrus industry. They constructed the loop track through the valley to pick up citrus. We had a cooling station here, cooling station, where they loaded these boxcars with ice and shipped all the fruit that was harvested in the area to the East Coast. What you'll see in the museum here is a collection of historical artifacts from Santa Fe and railroads that came through San Bernardino. You'll also experience a lot of San Bernardino history. We have some 1878 pieces of fire equipment from San Bernardino, 1880. We have a lot of San Bernardino artifacts in here, but most of it is railroad artifacts. A lot of them very unique that are not contained by any other museums in this area. So we've got a lot of things to experience here. We've got a collection of hand cars. We have a collection of Santa Fe clocks. We have some working signals that the kids can activate, and we have a model railroad that we'll be demonstrating too. Here I'm standing in front of San Bernardino's hose wagon that was put into service in 1890. It was San Bernardino hose number 1. This is what it looked like prior to our restoration, and since our restoration we participated in the 2006 of the 100th anniversary of the San Francisco earthquake, which is the picture of Steve and I there, and we've been in 6 rose parades since then. Part of the California State Firemen's display for the rose parades in Pasadena. Okay, the bell we have here is off of a little Santa Fe steam engine. It was awarded to one of their superintendents at one point. Why is this depot so important to the city of San Bernardino? It generated a lot of jobs here. When I grew up here, about 2 or 3 blocks from here, that you always had neighbors or relatives that worked for Santa Fe. Again, it was an engine that generated a number of jobs and supported a number of other businesses in the community. The viability of this depot and these grounds today is that now they house the San Bernardino County Transit Authority, they house LAFCO, and across the tracks here is the intermodal yard for Burlington Northern Santa Fe. They operate 24 hours a day, and they're just about at capacity right now. Close to 70 freight trains a day passing through here, and unloading and loading at the intermodal facility next to us. The steam engine that you see here is a 1-inch scale live steamer that was in the process of being built. And the signal that you see here is a track signal for the hand cars that we have over here. That's how they knew to stay on or off the tracks. Rail transportation is really important today. The majority of the freight trains that we have come from the Port of Long Beach and Los Angeles. And it's the most efficient way to ship large amounts of goods from California, from the ports of California, to other destinations in the United States. This is one of the first hand cars that was motorized. This is a 1917. We had some debate on whether restoring it or not, but we left it to its original condition. The motor was directly tied to the back wheel, so it was a direct drive unit. But this was the first motorized hand car. We're celebrating the 100th anniversary of this beautiful building that's been a part of San Bernardino now for 100 years. It houses the museum that we have here, that we are able to display a lot of artifacts, rich history of San Bernardino. This here is a hand pump car. This is the second generation. 4 men could board this. They could pump to different places along the track, do repairs, and it could handle, carry a lot of their tools too. All hand powered. The velocipede that you see here is ran by a single man. It's pumped by his hands and feet, and he would be able to go out to different locations on the track, replenish fuel and wicks on the signal lamps, and lubricate switches. Yeah, these are some of the signals that we have here. They're not in real good shape right now, but we've got some more in the back that are actually functional and that work real good. These are some of the signals we have on display in our museum here, and a lot of older people will probably remember this one. The old wigwag. The wigwag would be located next to the tracks where a road crossed the tracks of a grade, and that would warn the automobile drivers that a train was approaching. This is prior to having the gates that drop down and a number of other signals. The wigwags were used up until, and I know some places in Colton, until 2010. Please come out and visit the museum on Saturdays from 10 to 3, on Wednesdays from 9 to noon, and help us celebrate the birthday of this museum this weekend. We're going to have different displays. We have 2 BNSF engines you can tour, and a number on a model railroad that you'd be able to look at too. Everyone's welcome, and it's free.
Hi, my name is Nick. We work for Structures, Bridges and Building, and we take care of all the bridges for the railroad.
My name's Lou, and I also work for Structures, and we build bridges and culverts and buildings. It's better ways to transport people and freight, and it's safe. While we maintain all of our bridges and culverts to run them freely.
If you're not sure what a culvert's a pipe that runs under our tracks to allow the flow of water so it doesn't wash out our rails while the trains are going across.
Let's talk a little bit about train safety. Always expect the train, never turn your back on them. Never turn your back on trains. Always expect a train on top of you.
One thing we always do here at the railroad is we call us our brother's keepers. If you have a friend nearby and you're going to cross the tracks, stick together. Make sure you look both ways. It doesn't hurt to look twice. Listen to your surroundings and cross safely. We hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Bring your kids down, enjoy a good time. It's BNSF's 100-year anniversary, and we have a setup for you guys to come check out the inside of a locomotive and see how they work. Hope to see you.
Thanks for watching Paul Prada Photography on a Journey. And don't forget to come out here to the Santa Fe Depot on 3rd Street in San Bernardino, 100-year anniversary. It's free. We get to check out a locomotive, look at the artifacts in the museum, meet some really nice people. Yeah, the crew that keep the bridges and the culverts safe. You get to hear some other trains coming in, as you just did on the video. Buy some of the merchandise, keep the depot thriving and the museum going. Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe. Paul Prada Photography on a Journey. Thanks.